Well, I referred to the chicken coops. When we were forced to move out of the Cherokee Terraces, the good news was that the housing we found was right across the street from the campus. In fact, it was just across the street north of the campus and just up the street to the east from Adams Elementary School. Those little chicken coops, well, you know, they were built better than our chicken coop on the farm, but not a heck of a lot better. Up off of the ground, I think we had a two-step to get into the house. Nothing fancy, just the kind of steps an old farm boy would throw together. And there were 4 in the cluster. 2 of them faced to the east, 1 to the north, and 1 to the west. Behind us, facing west, were the Rogers, Bob and Lydia, if I remember her name correctly. And Tom and Peg Wood were in the one just to the north of us. We had the one to the south, and both of us faced the east. And the Cecil Swindles had the one on the end that faced to the north. I think I think they were identical, and I think each one of them was no more than 25, 28, maybe 30 feet wide, and maybe 40 feet long. I don't know. They were really small. You had a small little living room, front room when you stepped in from the outside, and then behind it was the kitchen, and to the right, 2 tiny bedrooms. I think they were probably 10 by 12. And sandwiched in between the kitchen and the 1 bedroom was a bathroom. And none of the walls separating, these rooms were rooms, but the walls were only about 5.5, 6 feet tall. Even as short as I was, if I stretched, I could kind of look up over to see what was going on in the kitchen without going into the kitchen. Pretty chintzy, pretty cheap. I suppose, I don't know why it was done that way, but I imagine it was a government thing. I think these were brought in off of a closed airstrip somewhere. Probably saved a few bucks, but not having those go to the ceiling. Probably made them a little lighter to move around. There might have been a number of considerations that went into the planning that created those little houses. I can tell you one thing. With no walls going to the ceiling, you can spread things around in one of those little houses. You can spread light. You can spread odors. You can spread sound. I mean, it's close living when you're in a house that's built like that. Well, time comes that Donna's cooking with the pressure cooker, and had the fire too hot, forgot about it, blew that safety valve off, and whew, up goes the steam, she was cooking stuffed peppers. Here's potatoes and tomatoes and onions and hamburger. Some in the front room, some in the a lot in the bathroom, because the bathroom was right behind the kitchen. Made it cheaper with the plumbing. Some in both bedrooms. It was a mess. We had to do a lot of cleaning. Got a lot of it up quick, before it set up, but man, you were still finding little nicks and corners that you had to clean out a week later. Believe me, Donna watched the pressure cooker, still watches it. We don't use one much anymore. I don't know if we've used one at all in the last 5 or 10 years. Still got one somewhere, I think. But when she used the pressure cooker from then on, it got lots of attention, so that we didn't have anything like that happen again. The good news was nobody got burnt. Cleaned up pretty good, really. It was embarrassing, scary, but and it was something that could be handled, and it was handled. And a big deal wasn't made out of it by either of us or by anybody else.